So given the fact that you have seen organic revenue growth, non-GAAP earnings growth, increasing margins, how will you continue to sustain that growth this year, especially given investments with some of the recent program awards you've gotten and the integration of two high-profile acquisitions?
Yeah, well, it's really terrific. Actually, the three largest programs that we've won as of late are all in what we call in the government contracting world are in protest. So our Hanford, our GSMO, and our Navy Next Gen programs, they really, we're not even executing on those programs yet. And that and the two acquisitions that we've announced, the Dianetics acquisition and the L3 Harris security detection and inspection and automation business, those haven't been absorbed yet. So we still have a lot of growth and a lot of momentum that's going to carry us into 2020.
Yeah, you just mentioned the protest process. It's something we've been focusing on here on Squawk Alley, given everything that's been playing out with the Jedi Cloud contract and the controversy that continues there, given the court case right now, the challenge by Amazon really shines a light on big tech getting further into government contracting right now in a bigger way. What does that mean for a company like Leidos? Is that increased competition, or are there more opportunities to partner?
Well, for right now, it's all about partnering. And we're agnostic as to how the cloud provider and, frankly, the technology that these commercial firms bring into the government world just accelerates the digital transformation. Our position is to be very close to the customer and help them accelerate their digital transformation, help them save money on the back end. And then we're very agnostic as to who we go to as a cloud provider.
You mentioned you bought Dianetics just under $1.7 billion. It's a portfolio that includes hypersonic weapons, directed energy, swarming drones, space. It's a much more products-focused portfolio, whereas Leidos has, I think, historically been more services-focused. Why did this acquisition take place? Why did it make sense for you?
Well, it certainly made sense for us because those technologies we saw in Dianetics completely aligned with the national defense strategy and the technologies that, say, Undersecretary Mike Griffin has identified to be essential to the next decade. But I'd also like to point out that Dianetics started as a services company, and they still have a large service component. We saw the move to Dianetics to add more product portfolio to Leidos overall, but we still want to have a strong mix of services and some products.
Yeah, and finally, I just want to get your outlook for defense spending and I guess the government budget in general going into fiscal 2021. Last week's budget proposal would keep the top line for defense spending essentially flat, but when you dig down under the hood, the focus on next-gen technologies, what is your expectation for that proposal, and how does it play out for Leidos?
Well, we're really pleased to see agreement on the top line, and I think that's going to be true on both sides of the House. And so now the appropriators and authorizers are working through the details. But overall, it will be a strong year. I think it will be relatively close to normal order relative to the defense process, which means we should get some certainty at the end of the summer or into the fall, hopefully a bill before the presidential election. And then for us, they are spending more money on these emerging technologies, and that's good news for Leidos.